Hello there and welcome to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. So I did a short video earlier this morning and was able to get that out to you guys, but I wanted to see if I could do a little bit of somewhat maybe longer video here, and I was called to use different decks. So I've got the Cosmic Reading cards, the Hero's Journey Oracle, which is a very, very cool oracle, because I want to see where the counterparts are at on the journey right now as we venture into mid-November here, leading up to the holidays, which are set to be pretty spectacular in terms of awareness, in terms of the shifts that can occur on this journey, and really honestly in terms of the masculine taking that turn really towards the feminine and towards the counterpart in partnership. So that's what I see coming up for the twins leading up into December. Is I do see a lot of communication coming in whatever form that might be. Please don't attach to this. Don't attach to timelines, don't attach to communication, but just, just kind of know that it's there, and practice gratitude for the communication that has happened, for the communication that is coming in the near future, and understand that we are, 2022 is a huge portal for the twin flame union. So that's why myself and other readers are making sure to get these messages out to you guys so that you can have a template, you can have the foundation built internally to be able to manifest that external physical union, which is coming. It's fast coming, guys. I also have the beautiful integration deck by Diane Garris and also her mirror oracle deck. I used this in the reading, the mirror deck I used in the reading early this morning, but it's, her decks are amazing. They're the only messages decks that I've chosen to have on my channel. And guys, go check her out. I've got her Etsy shop listed below the videos. Check her out, support her. These are great to have if you just want to pull a few cards for yourself in the morning. And the integration deck is amazing because it deals with the chakras and the chakra system. So this is like one of my favorite all-time decks. And then I also have the goddess deck. So we're going to find out which goddess the feminine is rolling with at this time. And I'm actually going to start with the goddess deck, and then I think we're going to go right into the hero's journey here. We'll get some messages probably at the end of the reading. And we are going to check in with the integration deck. So lots of great things happening here in the reading. And we'll just set everything aside and setting the intention to allow this to be a reading that delivers exactly what the feminine or masculine energy needs to hear today, giving you clarity, insight, and also just that power, that personal power to keep going on this journey, to find that faith within yourself and faith within your counterpart and faith within the journey. Okay. Have a look around my channel. Please like, share the videos, and subscribe. And check out my Patreon. There's a link below. I will be posting over on Patreon probably later this week. And definitely before the end of the month, I'll have a few more posts for you guys over on Patreon. It's just, I've been in the integration phase myself, and when I'm in that phase, I do a lot of thinking, but not as much doing. So, and that's really been happening the past like 6 to 8 weeks for a lot of us. So I should be in the action mode here fairly soon. Okay, but there you'll have access to all the past posts that I have on Patreon as well as soon as you sign up, and there are 3 different tiers. I do most of my posting at the all access or the VIP tier, but I do have some posts for that first tier as well. Okay, it's a great way to support my work and support the channel, and there's some really important posts over there on Patreon, really important to guide you on your journey. Okay, so we're asking, yes, for the feminine, Artemis, the archaic mistress of animals. Interesting. So feminine, if you're feeling especially drawn to animals, the animal kingdom, the animal world, or pets, I'm hearing at this time, if you've kind of felt compelled, or if you have felt this general, excuse me, that throat chakra is going crazy. Just a general sort of inclination to be around animals at this time, you may find that they have special messages for you, divine feminine. So she dates back to Paleolithic times. Her realm is the wilderness, and her concern extends to all wild, untamed things. She presides over the hunt. So she's the goddess of the hunt, okay? The hunter, the hunted, and is the goddess of hunters. Fiercely individualistic and independent, she remains apart from relationship to men. So this is very much the realm or house of the divine feminine as she stands alone and independent on this journey. Many feminines have chosen to walk this journey alone at this time. You may be out there just kind of mingling or meeting people, but not with any real intention to seriously date at this time. You may have even put yourself out there and then found that it just wasn't what you wanted or were craving or even needed at this time. So feminines become very fiercely independent. Despite her fierceness, she is addressed as a healing and soothing goddess. So you've got both the fire and the water, the soothing energy and that kind of passionate, explosive energy inside of you. Protector of births, she alleviates the suffering of women in childbirth. She's responsible for the initiation of young girls. So the initiation, into adulthood, into womanhood, the period, the menstrual cycle. So she governs over all of that. She's pretty fierce, she's pretty fierce. She is a wild goddess. You can see it in her look, in her eyes, in her face. She's connected to all things wild. And that includes that wildness, that wilderness that exists inside the hearts of all men and inside the hearts of all women. Artemis is a wonderful symbol of female independence. She reminds us of the value of solitude, right? And many feminines, again, are walking the path alone at this time, and you may be feeling the loneliness creeping in. So you can call on Artemis for your strength and your courage to walk the path alone at this time. She reminds us of the importance of wild, unprotected places. And I keep on hearing inside of us, those unprotected places, not just in the wilderness, right? National parks, conservation efforts, but also inside of you, the wilderness, the wild beast that lives inside of all of us. She shows us those frightening places that bring healing even through fear. So, right, it's the shadow work. It's not being afraid to look into that aspect of yourself that may have in the past scared you or deterred you from this journey. You're now really moving towards it in order to really satiate that craving and that drive for something more. So let's, actually, they want me to pull a card for the divine masculine. Because again, he's working on, he's also walking his path alone at this time. So both twins are conquering loneliness at this time, especially as we lead up to the holidays. Interesting divine masculines. Okay, so we have a few of the cards that wanted to pop out, but I was guided to take this first one. Etain, whose name literally means shining one, was a Celtic moon goddess, the second wife of Midir, king of the underworld. Okay, so the god of the underworld, that Plutonian energy that we're dealing with here. So the masculines have definitely gone into their shadows as well, doing that shadow work and plunging and plummeting deep into the depths of their own soul. And death, yeah, they're having these many little deaths, a lot of ego deaths for the masculines, a lot of coming to an understanding of what this journey is, why this is happening to them, and what this is all truly about. Funmak was jealous of Etain and turned her into a fly. Okay, I'm sorry. Etain was a Celtic moon goddess, the second wife of Midir, king of the underworld. Midir's first wife, Funmak, was jealous of Etain and turned her into a fly. I remember reading about this. Falling into a glass of wine, Etain drowned. She was reborn and married Eochaid, a fertility god. Midir challenged Eochaid to a game of chess. The result was that Attain must spend half her year underground and half on earth. Interesting. So she married the god of the underworld and then came back and married the god of fertility. Attain is especially a symbol of fertility, of the vitality and life of all growing things. A goddess familiar with both life and death, she teaches that wherever we are, on earth or in the depths of the underworld, we too can be shining. So she's a symbol of fertility and the vitality and life of all growing things. She's familiar with both life and death, the underworld and the earthly realms. So the masculine, and I apologize for that background noise, guys. I swear every time I come outside to do a reading, it's very annoying and frustrating. The neighbors do something. They crank up their boat or they mow their lawn. So I apologize. But it's so beautiful that I do want to be outside. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It's just gorgeous. So, you know, for the masculine, this is definitely, they are experiencing these tests, and they have been plunged into this dark night of the soul for most of 2021 and even the end of 2020. And they've really had to experience life without their divine feminine. And as that has happened, the masculine has had to branch out and do his own healing and really conquer those demons inside of him that have threatened to destroy the life that he has created. You know, so now it's like the conservation efforts for him to conserve some of the wealth that he's created, all those years of hard work and all those years of being in the matrix, you know, in the 3D. But he also now is you know, soaring. So yeah, the god of the underworld and then the god of earth. But it's interesting that the feminine is over here, like dealing with the wilderness inside of her, dealing with her wild nature, and the masculine's over here also dealing with a wilderness of sorts, of the underworld and the things that he's kind of kept hidden from himself or from others. So I find this really fascinating to see that both twins are really doing some shadow work right now and having to, like, this is not superficial energy. This is very deep energy here. And I like seeing that from both twins. So good energy there, twins. And the masculines have died and been reborn. That is true. They have had to really come to terms with, again, what this journey truly is all about and what it means to be a divine masculine, what it means to step up to that plate and that title and that label, what it means to embody being a divine masculine, because they were able to brush it off in the past as, oh, you deserve something better, I'm not good enough, we could never work, we're too different, you know, all the reasons why it couldn't work. And the feminine is over there talking about all the reasons why it could work. And the masculine is now realizing kind of the error of his ways and the fault in the way, like in his perspective and the way he's looked at this. He is being reborn, a different man, a changed man. All right, masculine. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Look at this. Feminine, you're being asked to change your perspective, redream the situation. So this is a dream oracle. So a lot of times you'll see a reference to dreams here. But yeah, feminine, you're being asked to, interesting, you've got 30 and the masculine has 3. So 3 is significant right now in the journey. And there's a Trinity energy here. It's like God, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And that's what I'm seeing here on this triangle energy. It's DF, the DM, and then God, you know, or the universe, or that godly energy, that higher power. And yeah, the feminine, you're being asked to look at this differently, to have a different perspective. And rather than kind of see the negatives in the situation or focus on where there hasn't been communication, you're asked to focus on all the beautiful things of your counterpart, the beautiful parts of the journey, the beautiful parts of you, and how much you guys have like already grown. Don't focus on the time apart or how long it's been or when you're going to come back together, but rather focus on all the beautiful things that you have already brought into creation on this journey with your counterpart, all the beautiful things to come. So definitely, if you're in that negative state of mind, or if you're struggling to have faith, feminine, you are asked to rebirth that faith within yourself. And that's kind of your role right now. And the masculine's over here. Finally, we see the masculine gets to celebrate some rewards on this journey and celebrate his magnificence. I mean, this woman is like experiencing unbridled joy and lots of creativity, and just, they've done so much work. They're going to have a chance to kind of take a deep breath here and finally appreciate their own efforts. They've given a lot of credit to the feminine, but they haven't been able to give any credit to themselves. So soon here, the masculine's going to be able to give credit to their own self for everything that they've brought to the table, for how far they have come, for how they've been able to conquer their demons, and also not just the demons, but conquer their physical reality. You know, that's what they're doing now. Now, this is a major arcana card in this deck, and there are only 4 of them. So I'm going to read you, this is the third one. First, there's the call, right? The call, this is the hero's journey. They have the call, then there's the quest, then there's the reward, and then finally the return. So the return is coming next. They've heard the call, they've been on the quest, now they're gaining the reward. They're seeing this from a higher perspective. That's why they've been in the higher realms. And then when they come back, they're going to have the return back to the feminine, the return home, if you will. So this is a beautiful place for the masculine to be in, a really beautiful place. And he realizes now, but it's not the darkness that was trying to take him down, it's the darkness that was teaching him how to really truly appreciate the light. There's a joy in having arrived at this moment in time for the masculine. Really, there's a celebration that deserves to be had. So celebrate your divine masculine today, feminines, because they're feeling really good at this point in time. They're feeling really good. And they know that the more they accept the rewards, the more they accept the good, the more good will come to them. So they're getting out of that negative state of mind, which is very interesting. That's why it's so important, feminine, for you to redirect your thoughts and come back to a place of love. There's a bit of a trial energy, because this is the road of trials portion of the journey. So this is a little bit of challenging energy for the feminine, but the masculine's experiencing sort of a freedom here. Yeah, feminine, help your masculine, redirect your thoughts, okay? You have the ability to change course at any time and to bring this thing to fruition. And that's what you're being taught here, feminine. So let's get, all right, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to go over here to the integration deck. We're going to see what the cards have to say. Sorry, that is... Woo! That one wanted to come out. I'm sorry. Ooh, integrity. I don't think this one has ever come out. And then look, we got success, the angel of success. Once you speak your truth, once you speak with integrity, the angel of success is coming in saying, this is the key to success on this journey. There's a very crystalline energy to this. There's a clarity that comes with being in your integrity. I'm going to look this up because I feel like this is more of a union energy here. So it's 5B. Okay, so let's look. The throat chakra can be a very transformative energy center. Love that rises up from the 4th or heart chakra, the anahata, combines here with truth to become integrity and honor. So it's love, integrity, love, truth. Love plus truth, right? If there was an equation, love plus truth equals integrity and honor. It is easy to fool ourselves to not live authentically. Integrity and honor do not clamor to be heard above the din. These dwell in the higher vibrations of our existence. On an earthbound level, to begin the process of integration, keep all relationships and business dealings completely honest. The slightest dishonesty can take you out of alignment. If others are not being honest with you, examine any justification of woundedness, need for recognition, or the like that keeps your frequency in the lower realms. In all, take the high road and rise above. Wow. It's like the diamond being buffed. Okay, that diamond is the connection. That is the reward, is the connection. Okay, the connection in the physical realm. So, wow. There's definitely some clarity incoming here for the twins, and this is going to lead to success, and it's going to lead to, you know, again, the reward leading to the return of the divine masculine back home. There's a lot of emotion, okay, that the masculine is feeling at this time. I mean, I got the King of Wands in today's earlier reading, so go check that one out. It's a shorter reading. Check that one out as well, because there were a lot of messages. We did a lot of messages in that reading. This is different. This is a different type of reading, different card decks. But yeah, the masculine's definitely feeling, he's feeling his emotions. And this looks like a slice of lime to me. So lime is a great, any green foods are great for the heart chakra, to nourish the heart chakra. Green grapes, a lime. What else is green? Asparagus, broccoli, you know, spinach, greens, like any sort of greens. But you probably don't want to eat a lot of raw right now on the journey as we're going through this integration period. You probably want to eat steamed. That would be a lot easier to digest at this point in the journey. But yes, the masculine is in touch with his heart center, and that's what's leading to this integrity, because it's love plus truth leads you to integrity. Okay, so leading from his truth, but honoring his truth of who he truly is. So let's get card for the feminine. Interesting look. Oh wow, feminine, you've got some homework, divine feminine, because you're being asked to redirect your dreams. Remember, we had this card, dream redirection, as well as the angel of perspective. So they're kind of in a way coming down on the feminines a little harsh right now, but they're letting you know you haven't been listening. You've got to acknowledge the higher love here. You've got to acknowledge the 5D if you want that physical union. You've got to get into inner union. You have to know how to contact your twin and know that they're listening, can hear you on the 5D. Even if they don't understand it, they know that you're connected. They know this. They know there's a special connection, a special bond, and they hear you in the silence. So you're definitely going to have to listen instead of talk. So when your divine masculine comes in, and you know, after the reward, they're in this reward period, when they come in with that return, you're going to have to listen. Don't talk over them. Don't think you know what they went through or what they felt. Let them tell you, okay? And I'm having to kind of swallow my own pride too when it comes to that. So this is a message for all divine feminines. Listen to that higher heart, listen to that higher soul, that higher love that exists, and it's in all things. It's in the air that we breathe, it's in the smile of a stranger, it's in the food that we eat, it's in the ground that we walk on. That higher love exists in all things. It's not just it's not just in a romantic connection. It exists with our friends, with our loved ones, with our pets, with our hobbies, our passions. Can't believe they're still mowing the lawn. It's like unbelievable. I swear I had just sat down, it was quiet, and then It's a lesson in patience, I suppose. I don't know how much of that you guys can hear, but I'm sure the microphone is picking up on some of it, so apologize. Wow, this is interesting. Balance, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, dark and light, sun and moon. So the masculine is finding balance within himself, okay? Some of your masculines, I've said this before, you might have not believed me, but they are practicing yoga, they're practicing meditation, they have really opened themselves up to a new, fresh perspective, and they listen to you. So they've taken into account the advice that you've given in terms of how, you know, how they can heal, how they can help themselves to heal. Interestingly, this card didn't pop out, but it sort of flipped itself up, and I was called to look at what the card was, and it's emotions. So we've got the emotion, the heart chakra, twice here for the divine masculine. So they are really in their emotions. They're really feeling they're feeling their own emotions, and they are definitely not able to escape the connection at this time. And part of that is the holidays for the divine masculine, because many of them, if they're separated, if they're divorced, but they have children in particular, they are going to be feeling the loneliness. And even if they're in a room full of people, it's going to feel like something is missing, because something is missing. It's the divine feminine. Feminine, you are faced with choices, and I just saw the Be Fearless card. So you're definitely being asked at this time to it's interesting because the masculine has the balance card and the feminine got the choices card. So it's kind of similar in the sense that when you have choices to make, there's a balance, you know, you kind of weigh your options. So the feminine is having to weigh her options, but there's also a lot of changes that are happening for the feminine right now in regards to just her life, her physical world. A lot of feminines are moving home or will be moving home. I feel more will be moving home in 2022, like springtime, once things sort of, once the supply chain evens out and levels out and you're able to kind of, and the real estate market also, goes back to quote unquote normal. I am so annoyed right now. Oh God, can they just, seriously, it's like they know when I'm trying to work. Okay, hopefully they're in the backyard now. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely feel like there's a change in home that's happening for the twins here. Okay, so we're going to go over to, I am going to get a few more messages because this is a different reading, as I said, than the earlier reading. And in this particular reading, I do feel like the masculine that I'm picking up on in this reading, this group of masculines, is particularly at peace right now and experiencing some joy finally at last. But also very much in their heart, very much connected to their heart and what it is that they truly want out of this life. So let's get some messages. Ooh, that one got squished. I'm sorry for the, look at that, it got bent. I'm sorry for the way I acted. I am sorry for the way I acted. So an apology, 2 apologies in one day. So he says, I want to contact you, but I'm not sure what to say or how to approach you. So he's just kind of maybe overthinking a little bit. I'm trying to heal old wounds. I'm having fantasies about you. I ran away from myself, not you. I will return to claim you, but right now I want you to chase me. Yes, we know, masculine, we know. Okay, guys, I'm going to end on that note. I hope that this has been helpful and clarifying for you. If so, please drop a like, share, subscribe, and consider heading over to Patreon to support me there. Sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you soon.